Hello everybody, my name is Christian Quick and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about can you survive in a flat world, and this is going to be separated into four parts, and each part is there's going to be two in two different videos. Today we're going to be talking about generated structures mainly, and then the other thing is with or without a bonus chest. So with that in mind, if I create a new world, and this one is going to mainly have everything. Alright, so that means, oop, not data packs, I'm used to touching that. Alright, we have a super flat, generate structures are on, and we're also going to turn the bonus chats. We have absolutely everything. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about when having a bonus chest is what's specifically in the bonus chest. There's a strong difference between what is given to you in the Java edition and the Bedrock edition. In the Bedrock edition, there's actually more stuff, so that kind of varies the chances, but one of the most important things that's on the Bedrock edition is saplings. In the Java edition, the only thing that you can get is apple, bread, raw salmon, any form of log. You can get some oak planks, some sticks, and the only tools you'll get is anywhere from a wooden axe, a wooden pickaxe, or a stone axe and a stone pickaxe. Somewhere of all those sections, those are the only items that you can find in the Java edition of the bonus chest. Generally, when there's generate structures on, I have always seem to have always been able to look around and find at least one village. So you just kind of walk around, and you're gonna want to get to those villages first, and watch out for the slimes. There will be a ton of them. When going through all the chests in the villages, make sure that you pick up all of them. Each one has their own special loot, I guess, but most of it's food, which is the useful material. Some are just emeralds, and some are just plain useless. But it's still good to pick up the majority of them because they will get you through the way. I had to travel about 12,000 blocks before I reached the end of my journey, and don't forget to kill the golems. It took me 12,000 blocks, but the number one building you're going to want to look for a bunch is the blacksmith. The chests have good loot, they have armor, and they have the lava that you need to make the obsidian to make the portal. Once you have the portal made, it's very important to realize that in this flat world, it is absolutely impossible to find flint. You can get it in the nether, but you can't get to the nether, and the point of getting the flint is so that you can help you get to the nether. Lava is very powerful and can help you burn out all the slimes without hurting yourself from a good distance. But a good way to do this is with fire tick. Place down around your portal the floor level lava, and then you're going to want to place wood blocks. After you've placed all the wood blocks, make sure that the lava source has a spot above it open, and that's you'll otherwise you won't really hear the lava pops. You need it to pop and sizzle, otherwise it generally won't set other things on fire, or if it does, it'll take a really long time. I just found out through experience that this really helped throughout the process. Alright, back from the very beginning of the video, I said that there was going to be a lot of slimes. If you didn't know, iron golems and slimes are not very much best friends, and it's a very good idea to pick up all the slime balls you can and turn them into slime blocks. These blocks is actually what I use in the nether because they're green and they're very noticeable in the nether because the nether is red. Just a pro tip, I also, from this long journey, I figured out how to take on iron golems without doing that little pillar thing, and then you stand at the top. So I can take them on just fine, mano a mano, one on one. There's no beating me. In the nether, you still have to find the fortress all by yourself, and it's really, really boring, especially with the new update, because I feel like they spawn much less often. But upon looking for it, I did find one of these biomes, and you can see the amount of slime blocks, and I finally ran out. But you can take a look at some of the first few pearls I was getting, and it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. So I found out that if you hit a zombified piglin right before you go through the portal, if you go through the portal again, they will be angry and they will come after you. That was an interesting, it was a little experiment, I guess, but yeah, they will come after you. However, all the other ones that didn't see it on my little journey were just fine. I also wanted to show you guys this quick little journey it took me to get to the fortress, and so it actually wasn't too bad. Alright, I'm not gonna say anything about the clip particular, but I found a blaze rod and I tried to fix something, and due to auto jump, which I use, it caused my death trying to get out of it, and I died. So yeah. My favorite advancement in the game is actually the return to center. I also learned that over time, due to attack speed, if you just use your hand than any other tool, it's much easier to get them. And coming along with it, I always collect the gas tiers as trophies. And now, the moment we've generally been waiting for, the Eye of Ender, a long journey. And I finally have enough to make a few of them, and upon going to use them, you'll notice something quite frequently, and I'll explain what's going on here. So if you try and use an Eye of Ender in a flat world, that the Eye of Ender won't actually work. You can click it and it'll like shift, but it won't leave your hand and float up in the air. What'll generally happen is there has to I looked this up, and the reason why it happened, it's because if there is no stronghold in the world, the Eye of Ender will not activate and leave your hand. So it's literally a useless item in the flat world. So this is technically as far as you can get into the actual game advancement wise when trying to go and slay the dragon. And this is honestly one of the most heartbreaking parts, that there's generate structures, but you can't get to it. It just not there. So unfortunately, that's that. This is the one thing that's stopping you. Using presets, you can, but I that's a little frustrating, and it's just not the same. And that's it. I don't know. I feel like you should be able to put them in though. I also have some bonus content I wanted to show you in case just the end of the whole thing, the end and the Eye of Ender not working. If that's not good enough for you, how else can you advance in the world? Well, you can advance yourself, buddy. And to show it all off, we're going to start right off with this villager showing me how he feels that I couldn't use the Eye of Ender. Earlier in the video, I mentioned that you can only get flint from the nether, so when I first got into the nether, the first thing that I grabbed was actually gravel so I can make flint. And I used that flint to make a fletching table, because how do you make profits? Well, simple. Go outside, kill your closest iron golem. Then when you come inside, make yourself a new axe. Throw away that old one, because you just used it for murder. Go outside to your closest tree forest, cut down just a few trees. And if you get carried away and the whole tree turns into forest, don't you worry. You can turn those trees into sticks, and they won't even notice the forest was gone. You can turn those sticks into profits, and no one will even notice that you've turned them into sticks. And now that that forest is gone, it was worth every emerald. You can now celebrate alone and by yourself, because only someone with that much profits doesn't have that much friends. And finally, by the end of the day, you can use about 1% of your profits on clothes, because nobody would like to see you naked. You can also buy fancy and shiny tools to match your clothes, even the sword I didn't use anymore. And now to take off my clothes to end the video. Alright, man, we are heading straight into the fiery depths of 2021. We have no idea what's coming, but we thought what 2020 was coming, and now things have changed. If you're curious about this, this was actually put up with commands, so this is actual portals. So that's pretty cool. But now to step away from it, because not only does it look better when I'm not right next to it, but it sounds better because I can no longer hear it. Hopefully this year goes a lot better. At the very beginning of the year, I have a plan, and then when 1.17 comes out, I have another big plan. But let's just see how everything works together, and hopefully we can find ourselves a great a great year. Or, if not so great year, hopefully we can find a way to make it a better year than nothing. I know this past year in 2021, I had a goal, but then everything changed. Like literally everything changed. I moved, I did this, I did that. I'm talking to like three businesses, and I gotta go in and out, do this, that, and the other thing, and then Corona's around, and it's not making anything easy. It's not. I tried hitting C. I realized I'm not defined. I'm in the regular version, but that's okay. Hopefully we have a lot of fun. Everything changed. Hopefully I can stabilize myself a lot better. Oh man, those boots are so nice. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful Happy New Year's, and um, hopefully everything all goes well. I plan forward to it. So here we go, 2021. Here we come.